So it's Monday. Are we motivated? Yeah, maybe not so much. All right, for those of you who are new and don't know who I am, I'm Aradia. I'm your resident witch and creatrix over to Radia's Hand and Danae's Divine, where we create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And on Mondays, I like to take a little time to talk about Monday motivation when I have it, which is not often. Ways I work through having and not having motivation, as well as a little bit of intention setting for the rest of the week. So, um, yeah, I'm tired. I almost didn't do this video. I would have done it a lot sooner, but because it's dark out, as you can tell. But it was just too much. I was exhausted, and I didn't have it in me to do much more. So here we are, kind of last minute, doing it anyway, because the point isn't to be perfect, it's to show up, right? Ideally, as we show up more and more, we'll get better. Things willing. But until then, yeah, having a wild hair day. This is day 2. The hair looks better. It looks better before I put it up. But, you know, such that it is. So, I don't know that I would say I'm motivated this week so much as determined. My schedule is about to shift, which I've hinted at here and there. It was going to shift a month ago, and then the pandemic happened and a timetable I was waiting on moved forward. So, there was that. And now, I don't know what my days are going to look like. I don't know how tired I'm going to be, and this is going to be life pretty much for the next like 5 or 6 months. So that being said, we're gonna play it by ear. Not my favorite thing to do. In fact, I actually hate doing that, mostly because I like to know what to expect, and it's really hard to predict anything when you're flying by the seat of your pants, and that's kind of what it feels like I'm doing. Unfortunately, I can't really do anything about that. Boo! Which is inconvenient at best. So, this is a lesson, I guess, in me trusting and just becoming more adaptable, which is, I can deal without that lesson, like, really. So that being said, we'll take it for what it's worth. This is going to be new opportunities. This is going to be doors open. This is going to be some big picture feature stuff. So, should probably not look to gift horse in the mouth. So there's that. Yeah, I think that's it for that. What I'm working on this week, I've been working on the repricing, so that project is ongoing. I can't reach my stack. My stack of papers is a little more than halfway through it. I divided it into 5 worksheets. So there's a front and a back and another front or another sheet. There was also making spreadsheets for everything and doing some other things. So there were basically there's 5 steps though. I can't recall all 5 of the steps right now, but I broke them down into individual steps. So and not like all the way down. So the first worksheet I did was the project sheet. The project sheet has got all of the basic information, whether I used a pattern, which one I used, any yarn I used, or whatever other materials that were involved, the size, when I started it, when it was finished, if I have the information of how long it took, and then a place for notes. And these notes can be pattern directions, it can be things that I changed or altered, or like special things that I did. And I filled out one of those for everything. Now, for the most part, I partially filled it out. In some cases, because some of the notes are me having written out a pattern, like start to finish, for like smaller things. And that is a lower priority than getting the rest of it filled out. So I focused on like the really important parts. So I went through every single thing that I had and filled out all those bits. Which felt like it took forever. And I guess actually one of the steps was me printing out one of those worksheets for everything, and then filling them out was another step. So I've tried to really break it down, not break it down to write down the pattern for everything. Not quite that small, but you know, one task, very, very small project that can get done. Now I'm on to the point where I'm recording all of the materials in a greater detail to include the cost associated with them on the back, which is why this is taking forever. The next portion, I feel like I'm not sure what the next portion is that I'm going to do, because I've kind of been doing them in whatever order. And I have another worksheet that has almost the exact same stuff on it. And so that's going to be super boring. But it's also got some calculations that I write out. So there's that, basically. One worksheet was my devising. The other worksheet is somebody else's, but I didn't really want to merge the two because I like their formatting, but mine doesn't have space for everything that's on theirs. I know, it's a whole lot going on. Maybe what I should do is make the join the worksheets together, make a giant one. Maybe that's what we should do. I don't know. That's a thought. It's a thought. So that's getting done. My mending is being worked on. And of course, I've got no idea where it is. Everything is like inconveniently located today. I've been working on my mending a lot. In fact, as soon as we're done with this and I get all this set up, that's what I'm going to be doing, is working on mending. And that'll be, bam, my last thing for today. It's not really my last thing. I actually have one more thing to do. And I had a thought about what I should do. And, oh, okay, I think I remembered it. Yeah. So, I have to do things when I think of them, because if I don't, it's gone. But I'm definitely going to probably try to finish at least one patch. Got one that's I'm really close to done, and I'm almost out of the color, so I'm gonna aim to finish that color. So there's that. I set my planner up for the entire week, so I don't have to do that. But I do want to make sure that I catch up all of, so far, anything I've missed for July. Once I do that, I'm going to try to do the same thing with June so that summer is all caught up. And then I'm going to look at spring, March, April, May. And then I'm going to look at winter, December, January, February of, right, what's happened already. Just to make sure there's nothing outstanding that either needs to be migrated to another portion of the year, or needs to be taken off, or is just addressed. Mostly because things get buried. And, you know, I don't want to have stuff just like lingering all the time. Oh, and then I'm gonna, yeah, that's it. No, that's it. Okay. Maybe I'll read. I should read. My printer is talking to me. It's haunted. I don't know. Maybe. It's out of ink. That's for sure. Yeah. That's it. That's it. So, that's all I got. I would say I think I had an okay productive day yesterday. So, starting my week off on Sunday and starting it off by like getting things done matters. One of the ways that I conjure up motivation is by having one little thing that I've done, and then I'm like, whoa, did that thing, so I can do another thing now. Basically writing out the kind of wave of accomplishment. I also started doing a Kanban. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, it's Kanban. And that means you have a big pile of to do, a very small pile of doing, and then you have whatever is done. And the doing, the active portion, should be like 1 to 3 things. They say 3 just because it's not realistic to think you're going to do one thing. Most people don't do well trying to just do one thing. So the 3 is kind of a compromise. I divided mine up as I have one major personal thing that I'm doing. I have one business thing for my art, and I have one business thing for magic. I'm doing it like that. So that's been helpful. I feel like I've made like no progress, but really the project is like huge. The repricing. So it's like just taking forever. So there's that. There's that. But that's it. Woo! Woo! That's all I got. So I would love to hear from you today. What's motivating you this week? What are you working on? What's on your plate? No links today, but you can, as always, find links to my websites, Aradia's Hand, Today's Divine, below, as well as all of my active social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Technically, I've got a picture. It is, it's just a picture of Monday. It's just what my day looks like, about halfway through the day, because that's ideally when this should be done. Usually isn't when it's done. So, and I forgot to turn off the sound of my computer. Of course I did! This is what happens when you just like kind of impromptu do things, which I do a lot of. It was, if I had thought about this too much, I just wouldn't have done it. But, yeah. Since you got to the end of the video, announcement. Tomorrow's supposed to be Magic Hall. I need to double check that though. I feel like I may have had this on my schedule earlier. I'm not sure if I just drafted the notes and didn't actually do it, or if I just picked the topic and it didn't happen and I didn't draft anything. I'm not super sure. But if you're interested, it'll be over on my other channel, which, no worries. Yeah. I'll actually, so there'll be a link. I'll link to that below in the links. So there's that. That's it. That's it. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Remember to like and subscribe. Every subscription counts, and like eventually we get enough subscribers over here. I'll be able, the reward is I'll go back to doing live videos. YouTube made some changes to their channel requirements, and so gotta get more humans over here. It's a numbers game, which I do not love. But seeing as that's how it is. That's how it is. That aside, I want to thank you for being here, checking out my channel. Remember, you can share my channel and any of the videos that are public. The more the merrier. And for my Patreon people, thank you so much. Big thanks for your patience. I know there's been a lot of rain checks and I've been really tired lately, and that's what it's like to live with depression. You run out of energy quite often, and I've got some big things happening in the background that I just don't feel like talking about, really. I could, and it's just, you know, no. Because in the grand scheme of things, they're irrelevant. Right now they're relevant because I have to deal with them. But, you know, a year from now, not gonna really matter. Or they're just gonna be there. So there's, you know, it's just there. It's a fixture, right? So there you go. But it means the world to me that you give a shit about what I say, that you watch my videos, that you comment, that you like, that you subscribe, whatever. It's a big deal. And I see you. And yay! Alright. I'm addled. I'm tired. I might do a bonus video tomorrow. Basically, as a hey. I know I haven't been doing what I said I was going to do. So maybe. I don't know. It'll be over here though. All right. We've hit the 15-minute mark, and I don't want it to stick on much longer. I'm going to go so I can get this off of here, get it on my computer, do all the things, blah, 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 and work on my mending if I can remember where in the world I put it. It's in my office somewhere. I also think it's really time for me to need to go back over my project cart. Right now, it's got like a whole lot of stuff in it, and it's looking crowded, and just should never be crowded. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. For real. Like, for real. Really? Yeah. Yeah, sure, I guess. I don't know. I'm addle-brained. It's not a good feeling. It's terrible. I hate it. Oh, boy. Fucking weird Mickey voice. Like, seriously. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully. Oh, one quick thing. I'm gonna try to do Thursday's video during the day when it should be done. But we might have to do it outside to get it done, which means you're gonna be serenaded by the ambient sounds of cars passing by and whatever else. So that's a thing. That being said, okay. All right, okay, I'm gonna go for real now. Like, I have other things to do. And it's like, it's already 9:30. Oh, shit. Whoops. All right, toodles. All right, sweetlings, I'll see you tomorrow. Focus. I can't do it. It's too hard. Weird when I'm tired and I can't put like two thoughts together and stuff. It's not helping. I'm also super, we're gonna call this like this is like extra, right? Because like the video should be done by now. Like I'm now almost 2.5 minutes past. I'm a little nervous about Thursday. Thursday is when the official schedule change happens. Mostly because it requires me to be somewhere. And I'm a little hinky about leaving. Like, I've gone to the store a bunch. A lot more lately than, like, before. I held out, like, several months before I went to the, like, grocery store. So there was that. And then I keep forgetting things. Because I like to forget things. It's super fun. So that happened. And just, it was just a lot. It's just a lot. And I'm tired. And it's hard to do things. And then I don't have the energy to do stuff. But now I'm gonna have less time to do things. And I don't know, like, I'm taking a class, and I don't know what the homework situation is gonna be like. I don't love homework. But now I can commiserate with my best friend who also has homework. Although my homework will end way before hers does. My homework is from now until November. Hers is for the next like 2 or 3 years. So I would also say that what I'm going to be doing with this information is way more interesting than what she's going to be doing. Mine's theoretically more hazardous though. Because, you know, that's a good idea. I know that doesn't make any fucking sense. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I might bring it up later. In reality. I'm probably not gonna talk about it though. There's some things that are so banal that I don't want. It's boring. And you know, the other thing is people like to ask shitty questions sometimes. And I don't want to encourage that. So, I really need to buy an ironing board. I know it's random. I have some little bits that need ironing. The ends of, what do you call it? Bias tape. Check it out. This is the last length of bias tape I have. I love this. Bias tape is called bias tape because it's cut on the bias, which means it's stretchy, as opposed to, yeah. So, And I made a bunch, and then I hadn't learned how to put it together yet. And so now I had these like weird end pieces. And then I decided on a whim to figure out how to put it together, like piece together bits. And now I have a weird length of bias tape that's in 2 pieces. And then the ends cut off because you have to join them at an angle. I know. So, everything you didn't think that you wanted to know about bias tape. I'm going to go now for real. I want to work on my pants. I'd like to wear them Thursday when I leave. That'll make an impression. Yeah. I call them my going out pants. Actually, my best friend named them that. And that's because it's like the only pair of jeans I have. And they're a conversation piece at this point. So, yeah. In fact, when I wear them, and I see a friend of mine, I'm probably going to get her to like take pictures of the latest rendition of those pants and what they look like, because I just added a whole bunch of pieces to them. So they're going to be super, super fun. Okay, I'm going to go for real now, though. Like, for reals. I got to get out of here, do stuff. I'd rather be reading. Always. Have a good night. Until tomorrow. All right, sweetlings. Bye for real this time.